A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to all of you to today's class. Before starting the class, let's do Brahmanath. Om Santi Santi Santi. Shastra. Open your eyes. Today we are going to read your book 1 prose. So in the very beginning I have told you that your first unit, the adventure of learning, is that chapter, the adventure of learning, contains 4 chapters. First chapter was Memories of Crosscut School. Second chapter was Make Me Child Again Just for Tonight. Third chapter was Confession of a Misspent Youth. And the fourth and last chapter is A Time to Think. Okay, means in this chapter we are going to read what is thinking. Why it is mentioned a time to think, means something that we have to think. Okay, so now let's start the chapter. So now look, paragraph number 7. What is written? All these reasons for not thinking beyond the first solution are practical and realistic. As I told you, in the first type of thinking, this is the problem. We did find out the solution. After this problem, we are not thinking anymore. It means this one is practical and realistic because it is not needed. And it is mentioned that nevertheless there is no reason whatsoever for supposing that the first solution we come to must be the best. But here we can find out another thing, that one is the first solution we did find out it is not the best one. But to stop thinking here is quite practical as well as realistic. Thinking to solve a problem doesn't require special effort of will since the problem is there. So thinking out to sort out a problem, it doesn't require special attention, special skill unless and until the problem is there. Just like a pain to our body, we are feel tortured, we are feel tormented, and we are feeling restless because of the problem. Then only we can give specific time for thinking on the problem. Otherwise, it is just a day-to-day activity. Problem is there as need, pain or need, and we are naturally to do something about it. As what I told is correct. That is, unless and until we are feeling pain because of the problem, we are not giving time for thinking. Thinking beyond the first adequate solution does require an effort of will, for it is no longer natural behavior. So, in the second type of thinking, what are we doing? Problem, solution is there, still we are going on thinking. So, this one does require too much willpower. You must have the willpower to think, to progress your thinking, otherwise you can't. So, but this is not a natural behavior because the solution is always there, already there in front of you, still you are thinking. The simplest way to make that effort of will is to have established a habit of some specific thinking time. So, thing is that still if we are thinking, even when the solution is there, it means we have to use properly the time allotted for thinking. Once such thinking time has been established as a habit, then the agenda for their thinking time follows. It is on this agenda that thinking beyond an apparently satisfactory solution can find its place. After all, the thinking time is there to be used. Let me explain it by taking an example. Suppose you have a problem and you did fix 25 minutes to think on the problem. It means within 25 minutes you have to find out the solution to the problem. But luckily you did find out the solution within 10 minutes. So rest 15 minutes. What you have to do? You have to invest it somewhere. So then you realize that no, I am thinking this solution is there. So let us think something else. Let's think something new. So in this case you are also thinking. It means you are utilizing your time. This is an investment of time. Okay, understood now? And the other major use of specified thinking time is the third type of thinking, thinking around and about a situation or it can be around or it can be round also. So the third type of thinking round and about. A situation is there and you are thinking on every aspect of the situation. This is your third type of thinking. In fact, this is what most people would understand by thinking time, because problem solving of the ordinary type would be regarded as an ongoing part of normal work. This is a part of our daily life. Okay, means this is a part of our ongoing work. Every day we are facing new challenges and every day we are trying to sort it out. So this is not an extraordinary work. This is a normal day-to-day activity according to some people. Time for musing is when the thinker stands back from what is taking place in order to view it from different angles or in a broader perspective. But what we have to do, we have to think on this one on broader perspective, means on each and every corner, each and every aspect of the problem should be focused, should be discussed thoroughly. And time spent in this fashion is regarded as an investment, and when you are spending time in this third type of thinking, this is not the wastage of time, but this is investment of time. From this time, there may arise an important new insight or a specific idea. Okay, listen. Suppose you are going to attend a seminar. A specific topic is being given to you, and what you have done, you did prepare only the positive side of the topic, but you didn't prepare on the negative sides of the topic. So definitely in the seminar, you will feel little bit embarrassed. You will feel bad because you don't have all the data with you. Understood? Because you focus on a single side. But here, in this type of thinking, if you are thinking on each and every side of a problem, it is an investment, because in the later life, you may get some benefit by it. Understood? So, from this time, there may arise an important new insight or a specific idea. You may get a new idea by thinking on each and every side of a problem. Or there may be no more than a general preparation of the background, which may not seem significant at the time, but which will pay dividends later when more focused thinking is being applied to the matter. So, if it may not be, means it doesn't sound quite good to think on the various aspects of a problem, but it might be possible that in the later life, while the life is going on, you may get the dividends, you may get the interest. Okay, you may be benefited because of your thinking, because you have thought it, the idea is there in your mind, no one is going to steal it, no one is going to snatch it. So, you can utilize it in another way also. So, that is the most important thing of this third type of thinking round and about. So, even at the least productive level, the time is still an investment. So, still time is an investment here. Nothing useful at all may have happened on this occasion except for the maintenance of the thinking habit, but the maintenance of that habit and the exercise of thinking may give a valuable aid on future occasion. So, here it is time investment, and for future occasion it may pay high to you. Do you really ever waste time in thinking? So, do we waste our time on thinking? You are wasting. Whenever you are thinking on cricketers, you are thinking on movies, you are thinking on film songs, you are wasting your time. Honestly speaking, we may pride ourselves on thinking quickly, but if you are thinking on GK, if you are thinking some world situation, then you are spending your thinking and you are spending your time wisely. And therefore, slow thinking must seem to be a waste of time. So, slow thinking is a waste of time. But slow thinking is often much more valuable, since it avoids the obvious glitches that can. First thing, listen. In this chapter, both sides are being referred. Thinking. Positive side of thinking is explained. Negative side of thinking is being explained. Slow thinking, quick thinking. Another thing came, slow thinking and quick thinking. These two things are also explained here. It means slow thinking is having its merit as well as demerit, and quick thinking is also having its merit as well as demerit. So, two sides are completely focused in this chapter. So, here what is mentioned, that when we are thinking slowly means it will break the stereotype record of quick thinking. What we really fear is not the waste of time but a number of other things. But we are not afraid of wasting of time, but we are afraid of a number of other things. And what is that? The unwillingness to make a decision that needs to be made. That thinking becomes an excuse for inaction. Yes, correct. Sometimes whenever you are sitting ideally, your mom is speaking, what are you doing beta? And you are speaking, no mama, actually I am thinking on the solution, but in reality you are doing nothing. So thinking is an excuse of inaction. We are not doing any work. That's why we are giving the excuse that yes, we are thinking. And what rest is mentioned that further thinking may cloud the nice certainty of our first reaction. So thinking, it can cloud up. Listen, you got the first solution, still you are thinking, then do you think that people will accept this one? Definitely not, because people will think that he is thinking more. It means he is going to give us a better solution. So this one is already in the clouds. This one will be darkened. And there is validity in all these fears, and to acknowledge this validity is largely to avoid this fear, and to acknowledge validity is largely to avoid this danger. And what we have to do? We have to avoid the danger, we have to avoid the fear also. I am not at all against our being harsh, demanding and intensely practical in what we require from our thinking. So here the writer has mentioned that he is not at all against or harsh, demanding that yes, we should give particular time for thinking, etc., etc. The actual thinking is a tool, and we need two levels of skill. So thinking is an instrument, tool means instrument, and we need two levels of skill. Skill that resides in the tool itself, and the skill that is concerned with how and where we use the tool. So the two things that is required by the writer is skill that is there in the tool, means listen, thinking is a tool, okay, trick. So two things are there with this tool. First one is skill which is there in the tool, and the second one skill which is concerned how to use this tool. Understood the point? One skill is in the tool itself, and the skill is how to use this thinking is the important thing. And skill that is concerned with how and where we use the tool. In this, it is this last type of skill that I am writing about in this piece. And what is he writing? In this chapter he is writing how and when to use thinking. So the theme of this chapter is how and when to use thinking time. Okay, in this chapter the writer is focusing on this one. To set aside definite time for thinking is part of the skill. So what is the part of the skill? Means here the writer is appealing to the readers that we must set a particular time period for thinking, then only we can progress and we can find out a better solution to the problem. Understood it? Listen, this chapter is completely dealing with thinking. We have to provide specific time period for thinking, that's all, nothing else. Okay, you just read it. Any problem, call me or ask me your doubts. Understood? But before it, read the text also, because that is the most essential thing. While watching the video, read the text. Okay, thank you, have a nice time.